Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Being Booky. So this week I am technically back in my normal spot. If you watched my video from last week, then you'll know that I was on my bed, but it's still a little off because the trunks that are holding these stacks are usually against my closet. But because I've been going through my closet, I can't have them right where they were, and don't have space over there where I want to move them to after I'm done. And also, I don't have a microphone again because I forgot to charge it this whole week, so hopefully the audio is okay. But as you know from the thumbnail and the title, unless you didn't read that and just clicked on a random video, but I will be reading and reacting to bookish quotes. These are not ones that I've seen yet, or at least I'm not looking back at ones that I've already seen and I know I have seen, because otherwise it wouldn't be really much of a reaction. I have my iPad here to look at them. I'm going to be using Pinterest only because I think that will be less likely to have anything in between that will disrupt the flow of all the things than Google would be. So I'm going to set this up. I've already looked it up. I looked up bookish quotes in the search bar. And this will be things like that are relatable, likely, and just like some fun stuff. And you can get to see how much of a bookie I really am, / how much of a bookie I am not, because certain things depend. But anyway, starting off with a classic, there is no such thing as too many books, just too little space. I added that last part because I saw it somewhere else. But that is true. You can have not enough books read. You can have not enough shelf space. You can have not enough room for shelves. But is there really such thing as too many books, though? I don't think so. This one says, "You know you've read a good book when you turn the last page and feel a little as if you have lost a friend." That does kind of make sense, but honestly sometimes I'm just reveling in the story and not necessarily thinking about the fact that I don't get to feel that exact thing again. I'm usually thinking I want to reread that book right now because that story was so good. Again, I might feel that way once I dive deeper into more books that I haven't read yet because I haven't actually read that much variety in a while. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll update you later. Next. Stop. Zoom. Were you? Okay. That's not. What do you? Oh. Life is better with a book. That's true. Because then you have more than one life in your book. You can live, well, many lives. And that will probably be a quote quoting me on that, except it won't be me. In the end, we'll all become stories. That's not bad. But that doesn't really equate for mainly fiction lovers. I mean, it does kinda, because a lot are inspired by some things, but like that's a deeper, meaningful one than I was expecting for today. Why won't you scroll? "I have lived 1,000 lives and I have loved 1,000 loves. I've walked on distant worlds and seen the end of time because I read." That is so inspiring. I love it. Seriously though, like, why doesn't it make sense to more people to read? New worlds, new places, new people. And you don't even have to leave. I mean, I do like to leave sometimes because I love nature and all that stuff and I love people. But still, you got to realize how cool books are. It's crazy. Look how many worlds that I could travel to right now. Look at it. It's overflowing. I don't even need a passport. Let's move on, though. We lose ourselves in books and we find ourselves there too. That's a good point, because a book can give you perspective, and you can just recognize yourself in one of the characters, and it's kind of cool. There's that too. It doesn't always have to be deep. For a reader, each book is a new adventure waiting to be explored. That is definitely true. These adventures are a lot cheaper than any of the adventures you could go on in real life for the most part, especially if you don't live in a magical forest. Especially if you get the books from thrift stores, especially if the thrift stores are 25 to 50 cents for your books. Like, mine for the most part, and especially if the books that you get new, you usually only get when you have a Barnes & Noble gift card, so it's definitely cheap. But that's obviously not relatable for everyone, I get that, but still, it's a good point. I mean, for most people, there is going to be a thrift store in your area, so definitely check that out because they'll have lots of books options for the most part, for way cheaper, regardless of whether it's 25 cents and 50 cents. It's a good idea to check that out. Yeah, yes, too many books? You mean not enough shelves. And too many shelves? You mean not enough room for more. Or too little shelves, because I got 2 shelves. Then I got a whole cube shelf over there, but it's not filled with books, it's filled with some other stuff, which I'm going to be going through. I already am. And I have 2 cubes that have books in them there right now. But I'm hoping to empty out enough that I can have everything that I need in there and move some stuff from other places. But also have enough empty ones that I can move all of these into so that they won't be on top of the trunks when I move them over there when I get enough space. I have this whole plan. Next we have... Why is the lighting off? Why do I look like I'm glowing? It's cloudy outside. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention because I'm extra excited because it's cloudy and rainy outside and I'm going to be reading a bit for fun, obviously, and just relaxing and maybe watching a show with my mom that we just got introduced to. Not that we haven't watched 8 episodes in the past week already, but you know. We are like books. Most people only see our cover. The minority read only the introduction. Many people will believe the critics. Few will know our content. I really like that. That's definitely deep. I'm not going to go into it too much because that's a completely different diving into subject. It's still a good point. Is that actually a word? Book voyager? A person who travels through different worlds and times by reading books? If so, call me a book voyager. Or not. You can also call me a bookie. But then again, that's this guy right here. My little creation. But anyway. Reading gives us some place to go when we have to stay where we are. I like that one. Why does the lighting keep going so nuts? It looks like it's super sunny. It's not. Oh well, I guess you'll just have to stare at my face glowing for a few seconds. Oh well. Why is there so many repeats? I thought there would be a ton more of good stuff. A home without books is a body without a soul. Obviously. Like, look how many lives you would be missing out if these weren't in my house, apartment, whatever. If my book is open, your mouth should be closed. Yeah. That would be nice. But, you know, it doesn't always work like that. Sadly. Every book lover has these books. It says, the thick one that you're scared of. That's not true, honestly. If you haven't seen how thick the book that I'm currently reading is, I think one of my latest shorts shows it. But, yeah. I've gotten so used to doing thick books. Like, Little Women, that purple one right there. I read that, and the one that I am reading right now is like 700 pages. Oh, well, this is the paperback version, but it doesn't look as thick as the hardback does for some reason. I'm getting so used to reading that anything below 300 pages is like, that's nothing. Where's the story? Like, I'm looking at books and reviews, or not reviews, but like the descriptions and stuff, and then I'm like, wait, it's only 272 pages? What is that? I'm getting too used to it. That's the problem. The one you think you'll love but keep putting off. Honestly, I don't know if I have one that I think I love and keep putting off, because I got a bunch that I think I love, and I just keep putting them all off. That's worse. And the one you got just because of the hype, that is totally inaccurate for me. Like, if something's popular, even if it's something that I may end up liking in general, I don't look into it, I don't want it until at least it's been hyped for a really long time or it's less hyped. And I was like, oh wait, I might actually like that. Like Percy Jackson, I think that's still very popular, but like I knew it was popular for the longest time, but I wouldn't go into it because it was popular. I just don't, that actually usually turns me off, but then I was like, maybe I'll check out, see what it's about, and I was like, I might actually like that. But I've only read the first 2 books so far, and that was on ebook before I got the physical copies. So I need to get back to those too. The impulse buy, aka the cover buy. I mean, covers do influence whether I'm as likely to get it or not, but they're not like the primary factor. And also I haven't seen too many super special editions, so I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure most of the books that I have are majority, at least, on plot and like the description. But like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just like a book lover's thing to do, but like I don't know if I have that or not. And the one you keep coming back to, that was this one. Like I was stuck at like the 30, 40, 50, I don't know, something pretty early on page mark, or at least close to that, for like months because I kept forgetting what had happened before. I kept rereading the beginning, but then I was like, I already know this stuff, I don't want to continue that, and so I got tired of it and read a few books in between. But now I'm back and I'm over halfway through now, so that's fun. The forgotten ebook. I mean, I don't know. Do I even have any ebooks that I have right now? I don't think so. Because I use Libby, the library connecting app, and I don't have a Kindle or anything like that, though I do kind of want one now. But anyway, besides that, I don't really read on digitally with my iPad or anything like that because I really prefer the physical copy. But I realized that if I wanted to do more themed reads and stuff like that and like do a vlog about them on here, then I'm going to have to be a little less picky about reading ebook versus physical. I can still try and get the physical, but I have to be less picky of how I start, and with the library too, because I want to own it. Speaking of, there are 2 books waiting for me at the library that we requested that we're going to pick up tomorrow. The classic that you won't read anytime soon. That's actually not really accurate either, because I like classics a lot. Like Little Women, The Secret Garden, definitely The Secret Garden. I've read Oliver Twist, Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, a few others, but like I like classics, so I'm not going to like purposefully leave them out because they're a classic or anything like that. The one you hated but can't let go of. I actually have not gotten to a book that I've hated yet, oddly enough. I mean, I don't want to get to a book that I hate, but also I know that considering how many books that I haven't read yet, it's likely that I'll at least get to one that I don't like as much. And the extremely annotated one. That is also not accurate because I'm scared to annotate my books. I'm gonna have to like get a second copy of it to try, because otherwise I will probably freak out. But I want to annotate at the exact same time because I think it looks cool and it's fun and it's capturing your thoughts while you're reading it and it's something cool to look back towards. I have to get past it at some point, maybe, I don't know. Or I can just have duplicates of all my books. Annotated versions, I don't know if that would be ideal. Actually, I know what wouldn't be. That's the end of that part. It says, I love walking into a bookstore. It's like all my friends are sitting on shelves waving their pages at me. Hi. Nice to see you too. I mean, I kind of get that because I'm attracted to all of the looks of books, even if it's like something that I wouldn't read. Like, I'm not like a general romance reader. I might be a little more into it than I have been in the past, or at least like wanting to read, because I haven't actually fully read ones yet, but like I'm less strict about if it mentions it. I'm actually kind of finding ones that I want to read that has some of that. But generally speaking, like a romance book in itself, like one of those ones with cartoon covers, I'm not really going to be into that, but the look of the book, because it's a book itself, is appealing to me. It's weird, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. This one says, it's time to be happy again. Walks into bookstore. That's funny. I do have 2 Barnes & Noble gift cards that I'm able to spend. I think they're both $25. But I'm going to try my best to do only 1 gift card at a time so that I can go more instead of having more immediately. It's a complicated situation, complicated mindset. There we go, mindset. It's a complicated mindset. I'm already getting thirsty. I haven't even talked that long. This one says, just borrow books from the library. You don't get it. As I explained before, because I just crave the physical even more so that I can own it and read it whenever I want. Not just when the library allows me to, you know. Bookworm's wildest dreams: having an unlimited budget to buy books, having plenty of time to read and reread all those books, being able to speak with any author at any time to talk about their books, and having a huge personal library at home. 3 out of 4, because I don't really need to speak to the author, even if I question their choices, because it would just be awkward and I wouldn't know what to say, and then I wouldn't want to insult their work even if I question their choices on it. But yeah, anyway, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Slams book shut. When I open this again, I better not read what I thought I just did. Opens book. I told you what I would do if I saw this again. I added that last part in it. I'll do a few more, and then I think that will be the end for this video. When someone says it's just a book, and then it has a picture of a person going, except it doesn't move. I moved. That one's plain and simple. Books should be less expensive. True dat. I never say that. I don't know why that came to mind. That moment when you finish a book, look around, and realize that everyone is just carrying on with their lives. I like that. This one said, some girls watched Beauty and the Beast and wanted the prince. I just wanted the library. That's relatable. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today because it's already been a while. But if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, let me know down in the comments. And if you'd like to, subscribe too to see more bookish content like this. But anyway. Let me know what you thought of the video, and if there's any bookish quotes and things that you relate to. But I will see you again in my next video. Bye!